to all rise for the entry of the Vice-Regal Party and to remain standing for the playing of the Vice-Regal Salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. The Honourable Jean Swazdeski, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Alberta, will now lead us in the singing of O Canada.
Please join in the language of your choice. O Canada, our home. Job, and I wish we could have heard the band so that we could have been more in time with them. Our apologies for the sound system. We'll get that looked into straight away. Thank you all.
Please be seated. Your Honour, former Premier Stelmach, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Premier, members of the Legislative Assembly, and distinguished guests. My name is Catherine Housing. I am the Chief of Protocol for the Province of Alberta, and I will be your MC for the swearing-in of Alberta's 15th Premier. I would now invite Mr. George Vanderberg, Government Whip, to come forward.
Your Honour, I'm today submitting to you the letter of resignation of Premier Alison Redford as President of the Council for the Province of Alberta.
Thank you. Your Honour, I hereby tender my resignation as President of Executive Council of the Province of Alberta effective March 24, 2014. It has been an honour and a privilege to serve the people of Alberta in this capacity since October 7, 2011. Sincerely yours, Alison M. Redford, QC. I accept Ms. Redford's resignation. Mr. Vanderberg, do you have a recommendation for a successor?
I have a letter from the Government Caucus recommending David Graham Hancock as Alison Redford's successor as President of the Council for the Province of Alberta.
Your Honor, I am writing to inform you that at its meeting on March 20th, 2014, the Government Caucus selected Dave Hancock, MLA Edmonton-Whitemud, to be its acting leader. Sincerely, George Vanderberg, Government Whip. Deputy Premier Hancock, will you please step forward? Will you accept the position of President of the Council for the Province of Alberta?
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
Would you please take the oath of office and subscribe to the same in the Executive Council roll book?
I, David Graham Hancock, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as President of the Council for the Province of Alberta.
Elizabeth II, by the grace of God of the United Kingdom, Canada, and her other realms and territories, Queen, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith, to all whom these present shall come, greeting. Know ye that having confidence in the loyalty, integrity, and ability of the Honourable David Graham Hancock, QC, of Edmonton in the province of Alberta, I, under and by virtue of the power in me vested in that behalf, do appoint him, the said Honourable David Graham Hancock, QC, to be President of Executive Council for the province of Alberta, to have and to hold with all and every the powers, privileges, authority, and advantages to the said office of President of Executive Council by right and by law appertaining. In testimony whereof I have caused these letters to be made patent, and the great seal of the province of Alberta to be hereunto affixed. Witness the Honourable Catherine A. Fraser, Administrator of the province of Alberta, in our city of Edmonton, in our said province, this 23rd day of March 2014, and in the 63rd year of Her Majesty's reign. By command, Provincial Secretary.
On behalf of the members of Executive Council, I'd like to present you with this Bible in memory of this special event.
May I present to you your commission. Congratulations. Good evening, Honourable Premier, Honourable Ministers, members of the Legislature. member of the Legislative Assembly and Minister of the Crown, offers a clear example of sterling service to the greater good for his commitment to fair, well-reasoned, and effective governance. He and his wife Janet understand the hard work and sacrifice that come with his role, and he has demonstrated throughout his career that he views service to his fellow citizens as an honor and a privilege. Having known Dave Hancock for more than 35 years, I have the utmost confidence that, as Premier of Alberta, he will bring his considerable experience, knowledge, and leadership skills to the very important work that lies ahead. Premier Hancock will do his very best to keep Alberta safe, secure, successful, and strong. Thank you. God bless Alberta, and God save the Queen. And now, it is with pleasure that I introduce to you the Honourable David Graham Hancock, 15th Premier of the Province of Alberta.
Honorable Chief Justice Catherine Fraser, Premier Stelmach, colleagues, family, friends, I am honored by the confidence my colleagues have placed in me, and I'm humbled by the sense of responsibility and the opportunity to serve. Each and every day, my colleagues and I come to work with a sense of hope and vision for this great province and with a passion for service. A passion translated into action and governance for a purposeful future for Alberta by creating a strong foundation upon which Albertans today and tomorrow can achieve their dreams. A future where we unleash innovation, are leaders in learning, so that we can compete in a global marketplace and ensure that Alberta is the best place to live, to work, and to raise our families. Alberta is a place of growth and change in a world of change. And the people of Alberta have entrusted our government to work on their behalf to create the right conditions for growth and development, to capture the opportunities Albertans want for themselves and their families, while assuring that we act as stewards for future generations. Every Albertan must have access to the opportunities of Alberta. Quality of life must include all Albertans. Our children must get a great start and have access to great educational opportunities so that we can break the poverty cycle in which too many are snared. Alberta is strong, and it is no accident. Many other places in the world have resources. In Alberta, we have had the vision, the direction, the sense of purpose, and the stability which has created the environment for success. I have had the privilege of working with 5 premiers, as a volunteer with Premiers Lougheed and Getty, and as a member, an elected member and cabinet minister with Premier Klein, Premier Stelmach, and Premier Redford. Each one of them brought the leadership needed for their time to continue the stability while advancing with purpose and change to meet the times and create the foundation for the future. Premier Alison Redford, during her service to Albertans, led a Building Alberta plan that invests in families and communities, creates new markets, and lives within our means. What Premier Redford knew, understood, and lived as Premier was that families and communities are important, that social and economic policy are intertwined, and that every Albertan needs to be able to participate and be included if we are truly to be successful as a society. She worked tirelessly to promote our province and to build its place in Canada and the world. I want to extend my thanks, those of my colleagues, and of all Albertans to Premier Redford for her service and for her sacrifice. Alberta's PC government has been led by premiers, cabinet ministers, and MLAs that never failed to lead the province with a forward-thinking agenda based on Albertans' values and progressive conservative values. I am incredibly humbled and honored to have served with all the previous PC premiers and to continue their work. As we move forward, I am only too aware that my term as premier is finite and short. Our party will choose new leadership in the coming months, and that will include a public discussion about values and purpose, about continuing directions and new directions, about our hopes and aspirations for our future as a people. And while that happens, I and my colleagues assure you and all Albertans that we will continue to implement the mandate you gave us, to govern, to implement the changes you voted for, and to continue to build Alberta together. Each and every day we wake up and go to work knowing that a city the size of Red Deer will move to Alberta in the coming year. We welcome these new Albertans and we celebrate their arrival, but we know that they don't bring with them schools, roads, and hospitals. So it is critical that we continue building Alberta together. PC governments have provided good governance for Albertans for over 40 years, reflecting and embodying the strength, spirit, and passion that comes from Albertans. A passion that comes from Albertans in our cities, our towns, our municipalities, from our businesses, our social agencies, and the cultural institutions and spirit that makes life in Alberta rich. We will build on the foundations which have been created, and we will continue to forge ahead with the policies and actions necessary. Alberta will not miss a step in this transition. Albertans have chosen us to lead their provincial government because our plans reflected their hopes for the future, and they believed that we provided the best plan to move our province forward, and we have. But we also know that we have made mistakes, and that we will make mistakes. But we will learn from those mistakes, and they will help us to grow and to do better. One of the ways I stay grounded and know when change is needed is through staff and through constituency. I've been blessed over the years to have a very strong group of supporters at the constituency level who've worked hard to make sure I get to do the job I do, and who then ensure that they provide me with frank, open, honest advice about what is going well and what is not. I've also been blessed with great people to work with in my office. I always get strong, young talent around you, people who are smarter than you, who can take care of the areas of weakness, and who also will tell you the truth. I want to thank the citizens and volunteers in Edmonton Whitemud who have given me this opportunity and worked so hard, and to my staff, present and past, who have put up with me and who have challenged me. As well, I've had the opportunity to work with leaders in 7 departments in government. We have talented civil servants in this province who work hard for Albertans. The work they do every day helps Albertans succeed, and I could not have succeeded in any of those departments without them. My colleagues and I are joined today by family. Politics is not easy on families. We, as elected members, are not easy on our families. And yet we could not be in public service without the love, support, and understanding of our families. I'm grateful every day for the love and support of my family and the confidence they give me. It means so much to have all of you here. Janet, Janine, and Janice are here. Ian could not be here, but I know he is watching. They have stood by me, worked with me, and provided that strength that one needs daily to face the challenges. And they have given me unconditional love. I love you. You have made my life possible. My wife Janet is an amazing partner. We met at a political youth convention 40 years ago, January. And we have worked together. She contributes her own gifts as an amazing educator who is able to recognize the gifts in each child and help each child grow to potential. And she has used that talent in her own family so that our children have grown to be engaged, critical thinkers and ethical citizens. I want just a moment to recognize my heritage. My mom and dad are no longer with us, but they gave so much. Dad instilled in us an incredible work ethic and an understanding of people. Value each individual for the wisdom they bring, appreciate the gifts you've been given, and give back to the community. Mum was herself an inspiring educator, believing we each, with nurturing and education, could grow to our full potential. Janet's dad is also no longer with us, was in the Christian ministry. He taught us the value of an intellectual approach to faith as the basis of who we are. And Janet's mum, who is here with us, has been and is that ever supportive, ever believing, ever encouraging and nurturing person who inspires you to succeed because you never want to let her down. With such upbringing and support, with such love and affection, I know I can bring my very best every day. I know my colleagues in government, with the support of their families, are committed to doing so as well. Together, we will work with you to make our province even stronger, to build that future for our children and grandchildren, and for those of all Albertans. I thank everyone for coming and for sharing this very special day. Thank you.
Thank you, Premier. I will actually ask you to remain standing for the exit of the vice-regal party. You may be seated. Thank you for joining us for this ceremony. I'm actually going to ask you to remain seated. We have to reconfigure things a bit before the media veil, so if you can just remain in your seats, we're going to